Volley ho internet, this is the Orpig coming at you, and what I got today is I've got a shoulder video. I'm going to show you 4 different shoulder exercises that I feel are the most important ones, and also ones that I commonly see people do the wrong thing when they're working them out. Okay, so this is some different variations to common exercises for shoulders and mistakes that I see sometimes people making in the gym. Okay, I don't have the biggest shoulders. I've always felt like my shoulders are the weakest part of me. Okay, biceps are the strongest and my shoulders are the weakest, and that might be why my arms appear bigger than what they actually are, is because my shoulders are small. But as I've said before, this is my second time that I'm going through this routine of working out and getting bigger, and I definitely feel like this time I've got bigger shoulders than what I did last time. Mainly because last time, I didn't really know what I was doing as I was working out. I was kind of figuring this stuff out as I went along, and I was relying on others to teach me. And it wasn't until I met, Scott Park, that he really taught me a good workout schedule to work out, and he really put a lot more focus on shoulders. Before, when I worked out, we used to work out bis, tris, and shoulders. It was all arms, right? Forearms, bicep, tricep, and shoulders. It was all in one day. So a lot of times when you try to put so many body parts like that together, you kind of feel exhausted. And come on, when you get to the arm, what's the most important thing when you're starting out? For the most important thing you think is your bicep. Like, I want big arms, so I got to work my biceps. And so that's what I did. I killed biceps constantly, maybe a little bit of triceps, and then forgive the pun, but shoulders was an afterthought. So I didn't really do them a whole lot, but my shoulders are definitely bigger than where I was before. I still don't have those. God, I'd love to have big giant shoulders to where it looked like I was wearing shoulder pads all the time, but I don't have that yet. But just going by what I have learned and what I see working, these are some of the best exercises that I can show you to help you out, or to give you different ideas of different variations. Because remember, we know what we have to do pretty much. If you've worked out or you read a book, unless you're brand new to the gym, you pretty much know what you're doing and how to work it out. But what you should always be looking for is 1, better technique, and 2, different variations to things you might have already been doing. Okay, so like in the first one I'm going to show you is military press. And me, I love going behind the head. Every now and then I might go in the front just to hit my shoulders in a different way, or to get that front shoulder muscle some workout. But most of the time I like going behind the head for the isolation, all right? And a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people hear how bad they are and everything, and I'm going to talk about that. But it hits the shoulder hard. It forces you. When you're behind the head, it forces you to work that shoulder. When you're in the front, you can push with your chest, okay? Yeah, you're still working your shoulders a lot, but you can push with your chest, which is a huge muscle, okay? Back, then legs, and then chest. Those are your biggest muscles. So if you can use your chest to push up, then your body's going to use it, okay? So it's much better to go behind the head and force that isolation of that shoulder muscle to be used. So that's just one example. So I hope you enjoy these. Let me know if there's any body parts or anything specifically that you want to hear about in the comment section, and I'll see you next time.
Okay, first exercise I'm going to show you is military press. Now, the thing with the military press, a lot of people come in the front. Now, if you have shoulder problems or joint issues and you can't go behind your head, then that's fine. But if you can, you should always go behind the head. People are going to tell you that this is bad for your joints or anything. No, that's not the truth. The truth is, when you go behind your head, it's a lot harder because it focuses on the shoulder. And people like to throw up as much weight as possible. So use a lot less weight and go behind your head. I like to get the bar down to where you feel like it's right behind your eyeballs. All the way down. Don't do half reps. Don't come to the top of your head and push up. That's just working the tricep. You're gonna come all the way down to where the bar's behind your eyeballs, and then come up. If you only come up part way, that's fine. You don't have to lock out, because again, that's triceps. But you want to come down and push up, not this half rep. All right, again. So you get your hands shoulder width apart. Come up. Come down to that eyeball level and push back up. Do that. 5 sets if you can. Okay. Next exercise is gonna be arms, all right? Now, I see a lot of people that do these wrong, all right? There's people that take the weight and they come out to the side first and then they push up. That's not how it goes, okay? There's also people who come from the top and all they do is they don't even do that, they just twist their wrists, right? Like that. That's not work, just give a little bit of cut more to your shoulders. But the reason that Arnold invented this exercise that's named after him is because it's a complex movement. So what you're doing is you're taking the weight and you're coming from in front. And as you come out to the side, you're pushing up with the weight. It's not two movements, okay? It's not out to the side and then up. It's a complex movement meant to tear apart the shoulder muscle more than any other exercise. Again, you don't do these exercises every week, but you try to rotate them in. And this is one of the most important ones. So you're coming with the weight from center to out. All right. Again, you don't use a lot of heavy weight, okay? If you want to use heavy weight, it's easy to just get heavy weight and do shoulder presses and come straight up. But that's not what Arnold's are about. Arnold's are about coming from the front and twisting and coming up. Just like that. Don't cheat. Come together and touch the weight, or at least let them come close together. So you're coming to the front, touch the weight, up and out. 4 reps, no half reps. So for next, we're gonna do side lateral lift with the cable. Now, a lot of people do it in the front, which the front is fine, okay? But what happens is you end up pulling a lot with your chest, and you're gonna hit that forward shoulder muscle, which you hit that a lot with military presses and the other stuff. So what I like to do is come behind the back, all right? When you come behind the back, you're forcing the rear shoulder to work, and you're not letting your chest do as much as the work. Remember, you do a scooping motion, so you're going out and away. You're not just pulling it straight up, using your traps, using your chest, using your arms. So it's a really light grip. Grab your leg, grab whatever you got, grab your chest, and just pull out and away. Use light weight. It's not about using a lot of weight, it's about having good form. Use that shoulder muscle. Let the shoulder do it. Okay, next exercise is going to be upright rows. Now, again, this is another exercise that people complain about that they can't do, or they think it's wrong because it hurts your spine or whatever. I do them, I like them. They work your shoulders really good, but you got to make sure you use your shoulders. So when you're coming up with the bar or dumbbells, I'm using dumbbells because I did bar last week. So you change it up. You do the bar, you do the cable, you do the Smith machine, dumbbells, whatever you got to do. You can do one arm at a time. But remember, it's easy to grab it and pull up and use your forearms and your biceps and your chest and just pull it up and yank it. That's not what we're doing. We're focused on our shoulders. So when we're coming up, you're bringing your arms up. You're not bringing it straight up like this. You're bringing your shoulders out and up whenever you do it, all right? So it's easy to see with dumbbells. So you grab the dumbbells, knees slightly bent, and you come up and out with your shoulder, all right? Up and out, not straight up like this. You're coming up and out with you, as though you're trying to fly, okay? Working your shoulders, not working my biceps, not working my forearms, I'm working my shoulders and your traps a little bit, because next I'm doing shrugs. So I like to do this last before I move on to shrugs.
All right, that was my shoulder video. Rewatching those, one thing I wanted to mention was I hope you noticed in the first exercise that I demonstrate, which was behind the head shoulder press, was that I was wearing a sweatshirt. So one quick tip for the gym that I don't see everybody doing is when you get to the gym, you should always be wearing a sweatshirt, okay, some kind of warm-up suit, because you want your body to heat up, and especially your muscles. You want them to be nice and warm, and you want to start to sweat. So a lot of times it's not until after the first exercise, sometimes not until the middle of the second exercise, depending on what I'm doing, that I'll finally take my sweatshirt off once I feel like I'm starting to get a good sweat and my muscles are heated up, all right? They're nice and loose, okay? Then you can ditch that sweatshirt. But gyms nowadays are very cold, especially, so you gotta have your muscles warmed up. That's gonna help them to break down and to build them stronger. So you always want to go to the gym in your sweatshirt and don't strip it off till you finish that first exercise, maybe into the second exercise, depending on what you're doing. Like when I do squats, usually it's by the third set I'm ready to strip that thing off because you're using your whole body, and a lot of times it doesn't take much for you to suddenly heat up. So wear a sweatshirt at least for the first exercise, maybe into two. Get those muscles nice and warmed up, and then strip that off once you're warmed up and ready, okay? I just wanted to let y'all know that. Good little gym tip. Remember, form over weight, all right? No matter what exercise, no matter what body part you're doing, form over weight and get it.